Welcome to the Emerging Layer, the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Decoding Privacy, AI, and Law. We have with us Advocate Rajas Pingle, a renowned cyber law expert, AI and technology lawyer, and privacy and data protection specialist. With over 13 years of international experience, he has tackled complex cross-border challenges, advised Fortune 500 companies, and trained over 60,000 plus professionals, including law enforcement officers and corporate leaders. Join us as we explore his incredible journey, groundbreaking insights on law and technology, and the human side of a legal luminary shaping the future of governance and in the digital era. So, welcome, Rajesh, to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled to have this conversation with you, especially the advent of AI and the new technologies coming in. I think we'll have a very, very good conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we have done a lot of conversations on AI, and I'm planning to do a panel discussion where we'll connect with you and have how AI is impacting different industries. So there
Absolutely.
have been speakers who have been AI visionary, like Mike Todasco, so many other contributors for AI are there. So it will be
Sure.
a lovely one. Okay. So let me explain you. There are two rounds, but there is another round also for you. The rapid fire fun round, for which you have to be witty, fun, and quick. And you will get this
Okay.
book, Is Your Organization Cyber Healthy, which will be autographed and sent to you. Okay. So, friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host of Coffee Conversation and a legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution. We help law firms, corporate legal, startup SMEs with world class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So, my first question for you, Rajas, in your professional journey around, what inspired you to specialize in cyber law and data protection, and how did your journey begin in this niche field?
Okay. So that's a great question. I think as I recollect, I as a young child, I think I was always curious regarding technology, and uh, whenever there used to be a discussion regarding or revolving technology, I used to get excited. Uh, there may be computer hardware or new graphics cards coming in, new processors coming in. So I think that intrigued me into pursuing this field further. And one more aspect of it was my elder brother uh, was an electronics ENTC engineer, and him and I used to have great conversations regarding technology. I think that is also one of the aspects which drove me to pursue a career in cyber laws.
Wow, that's inspiring. Okay. So, Rajas, could you share some of the most innovative or impactful privacy compliant frameworks you have designed for your clients?
Uh, See, when it comes to designing a framework, and when you see there are different laws for different jurisdictions. When you talk about Europe, we have GDPR. Talk about India, we have DPDP. When you talk about US, we have CCPA. So there are similarities among all these laws. So the very important aspect that you need to understand uh, regarding laws, specifically privacy laws, that you are properly protecting the data subject's rights. I think that would be one of the very important aspect to focus on. Apart from that, uh, the focus on the core principles which are shared globally, and I think then you can tailor compliance frameworks to meet the local nuances. When we talk about privacy laws in different jurisdictions. So one example I would like to give is a company that I had the opportunity to work with. It was a Dubai-based company. They wanted to uh, comply with GDPR because they were targeting a lot of European citizens. It was a startup regarding health and mind. So I helped them design their privacy framework. We uh, mapped the data flow and how they are going to use the data, what data they would be collecting, what jurisdictions they are specifically targeting. So as I told you, like if there are multiple jurisdictions, the important aspect would be to uh, take care the data subject's rights and to implement it properly.
Beautiful. So, Rajesh, can you walk us through the challenges you faced while handling high-profile cases like the Cosmos Bank malware attack or the cryptocurrency frauds or any other challenging case you have
Okay,
faced?
see, one aspect that we need to understand now is these technology related crimes are not local anymore. I mean, they were never local because the perpetrators, in one way or the other, they are using a technology which is connecting to other jurisdictions. Now, when we talk about Cosmos Bank case, I officially helped Pune Police as they had requested me to provide legal guidance while investigating that case. And what challenges we faced back then, mainly as the perpetrators were from outside. Many perpetrators were from other jurisdictions. So there were more than 35 to 40 jurisdictions which were involved. And investigation, when we talk about investigation, it also encompasses the collection of electronic evidences from these respective jurisdictions. Now you have to see whether you have MLETs, mutual legal assistance treaties with those countries first, then the articles which are mentioned under those treaties, whether they allow you to request evidences, request data, electronic data from those countries, then whether they are going to adhere to those amenities or not. So there are several challenges. You need to draft letter rogatories and send it across. There is a proper channel that you need to follow. It takes a lot of time. So I think that is very important when we talk about investigation of cybercrimes. And one of the most challenging aspect of it, that collection of evidence, since there are so many jurisdictions involved, that would be top of on the top of my list. Then second challenge would be, even if we are able to get the electronic evidence, whether that electronic evidence is in accordance with the law which is prescribed under our Indian Evidence Act, for that matter. Now, we have Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita or other laws which are, I mean, the names have been changed, but to uh, simplify it, we'll talk about Indian Evidence Act. So, whether it is in accordance with Indian Evidence Act or not. So, there are several challenges pertaining to all these things. When we talk about cryptocurrencies, we all know that tracing cryptocurrency transactions is a very difficult ball game. So it's not impossible, but it depends on the exchange also. It depends on the wallet, whether they are keeping proper KYCs. So it depends on these intermediaries following and adhering to the regulatory aspect of it.
Wow. Okay, Rajesh, continuing conversation. As an international expert, how do you navigate the differences in privacy and data protection regulations across countries like India, US, and the EU?
No, as I told you earlier also, that most of these countries, when we talk about EU law or Indian law or the privacy data protection laws in the US or any other countries, for that matter, the main aspect is data subject rights. So you need to see that if the client is able to adhere to the data subject provisions or data subject rights regarding provisions given under those specific laws, I think you are good to go. more or less good to go. See, there would be there would be local nuances that you need to take care of, and I think as far as you understand the basics of it, the basics of data subject rights, you would be good to go.
Wow. Okay. Rajesh, continue. As someone who advises Fortune 500 companies, what's your take on the future intersection of AI, privacy, and law?
Uh, so as far as India is concerned, right now we do not have any AI regarding legislation, and we are far behind when it comes to having a technology legislation also, which is up to date. Because when we see Information Technology Act, that was the first technology related legislation which came in the year 2000, and there have been couple of amendments, one being in 2008. Then we subsequently got several rules under the act. But what I see right now is the main challenge is we need to amend the law, first of all, amend Information Technology Act, have the DPDP Act in place, and implement those laws properly, rather than having see it. It is going to take a lot of time to have new AI legislation in place, because we are still struggling to get DPDP enforced, implemented. The new rules just came in for the public comment, and we saw that it takes a lot of time. It's not like for a country like China, it would be very easy to have a law, draft a law, then implement it subsequently. But for a country like India, it takes a lot of time. So understanding that technology changes not every month, not every year, but every second now. So understanding that perspective, I think we need to have a Digital India Act that I've been hearing of, I think as soon as possible, and that would definitely solve a lot of challenges that I can see. As far as AI is concerned, the specific challenges, data, and how AI comes to a particular conclusion. So explainability, then AI ethics would be the second aspect. The third aspect would be AI bias. All the OECD principles, I think, come into play. And if you see the new draft which was released by the government also regarding AI, it encompasses the similar aspects which are there into OECD. So if you want the companies to follow all these regulations, you need to have the law in place for that.
Wow. So, what advice would you give to, as you said, कि भाई AI law is not in place in India? It will take time. So, what advice would you give to Indian companies on implementing or using AI for means like I was reading an article from HBR defining policies for adoption of AI from the HR perspective. Now I'm talking about IT perspective, HR perspective, and other. Okay, what advice would you give? Okay, they are following the regulations. Sorry, there are no regulations now in place, but they are protected because AI can do many things and which can harm for also it is also productive also, but there are policies are there from defined policies. Okay, like different AI tools are being now used. ChatGPT now, DeepSeek has come in and revolutionized the industry. So more tools will be coming in and companies will be adopting. But what safety measure should they take before they give it access to company-wide employees?
See, if you see EU AI Act, so EU already has the AI law and regulation in place. If you see EU AI Act, plus if you see the US AI law. So if you see US AI law, it talks about industry-wise implementation of a particular regulation regarding AI. And if you see EU AI Act has taken approach of risk-based approach. Okay, so they have risk-based approach. So as far as India is concerned, I think if you merge the two, industry based approach in some of the aspects and the risk based approach. And if you merge to, if the companies would really want to comply, I think take both, I mean, take good things from both the laws, and then you can, uh, I think, get in compliance with how the AI should, particularly, or how the AI life cycle should be, or how the AI should be regulated in your own organization if you want to get compliant. So I think the companies can look at from both these aspects, since since India does not have anything in place as of now.
Wow, beautiful. Okay. So, Rajas, how has your LLM in cyber laws and data protection from Manipal Academy shaped your perspective on emerging technology related legal issues?
So I completed my LLM last year, and there was a gap of I think almost 12 and a half years between. But
Hmm.
it was a refreshing experience. You when we talk about, see, no person can know everything. We need to understand that, and we need to keep learning. So that's what I did. And while doing my LLM, I think research is one of the most important aspect that my LLM again taught me, that research is very, very important, and there are several different types of research methodologies. So I think when we talk about any law for that matter, so the research methodology is very, very important aspect in having in-depth knowledge or gaining in-depth knowledge in that particular law. So that one aspect, I think, my LLM taught me. And so I did my research, I did my thesis on role of AI in cybersecurity. So that was a refreshing experience. One more refreshing experience, that I got to learn a lot of uh, uh, new things regarding cybersecurity and how AI can be implemented in that particular sector. What the uh, adverse actors are, how they are using AI to uh, carry out attacks. So got a lot of new experiences and new learning experiences when it comes to when it comes to actually pursuing LLM.
Wow. So, let's go to the next question. What are the unique challenges of training professionals like the law enforcement officers and corporate leaders in cyber laws and AI governance have you experienced?
Okay, so from my early ages, from my early days, while I was still studying in ILS Law College, that back in 2008, I still remember, I got introduced to Data Security Council of India. I did my extensive internship with them, and they had Pune Cyber Lab in Pune. So there, I used to teach law enforcement officials. So my journey as far as teaching law enforcement officials started in 2008 2009, and I did that internship till 2011, till I passed out. And what I experienced is, back in the days, I think the law enforcement officials were not aware about how to conduct investigations when it came to cyber crimes at all. It was a very, very new topic for them, and even to understand the law, need to understand how the technology works first. So from that perspective, I did my best. Even I was learning at that time. So I what I could understand from technology and what I could understand from Information Technology Act, I passed it on to them, and I hope it helped them a lot. But back in the days, there were a lot of challenges. Like, let me give you a very, very funny example. Law enforcement officials back in the days, when it comes to investigating, uh, in some of the cases, they had even taken the monitors. So they left the CPUs at the crime scene, and they just took monitors, because monitors used to show information, right? So some of the constables, but now they are very, very sharp. Even the constables of today are really sharp. They are also learning a lot. It's a new generation. And we can't say the scenario is similar in today's day and age. But they, if I go to, for example, Center for Police Research, if I go for lectures there, if I go to Yashada to train some of the uh, IPS officers or some of the IAS officers there, I think the scenario has changed substantially. They understand the technology now, at least to an extent, and it is easier for me to also make them understand how the law operates in tandem with the technology. So it has become easier now. But the investigation part is still difficult. It comes to uh, the ground reality of investigation. There are so many challenges, and we are still far behind when it comes to when you compare the law enforcement official with the perpetrator. The perpetrator are not 2 steps ahead; they are 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, any memorable experience dealing with law enforcement agencies, and how did it help them to, sorry, uh, finish that investigation, and it was remarkable working with them on some, what do you say, challenging case, and with your help, they were able to crack it.
Okay. Uh, Fortunately, I have been able to uh, contribute in not particularly. I mean, when it comes to technical investigation, also I gave my to whatever little advice I can. But when it comes to actually interpreting the law and giving my legal advice to them, I got so many opportunities. One being the Cosmos Bank case. I think I gave my legal expertise in that. Then I think Pune Police also coordinated with FBI in that particular case. There was a request from the FBI to share whatever information Pune Police had while investigating whatever investigation they had collected while investigating Cosmos Bank case. Then I helped them draft uh, that legal communication with FBI also. I think that experience was very fruitful for me as far and I contributed to the investigation in a meaningful way. Uh, that was one of the cases. I think second case was uh, the Bank of Maharashtra UPI fraud. I helped the law enforcement agencies that in that particular case also. That was a very tricky case because UPI was in a very nascent stage in 2017, and the perpetrators were able to exploit some of the bugs which were there in the application, and subsequently transferred that money into cryptocurrencies. So again, finding that trail, then working with law enforcement agencies, actually navigate that trail and then communicate with uh, the cryptocurrency exchanges or the wallet providers back in the days, back in 2017, 2018. I think that was also a very good experience for me as well as for the law enforcement agencies. It 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 was a very new kind of investigation because the technology was new. So I also got to understand how UPI worked and step by step technical manner. So that was a very good and fruitful experience, I think.
Wow, beautiful. So, Rajas, what strategies do you employ to stay ahead in the ever evolving domain of AI governance and cybersecurity?
Uh, Sorry, could you please repeat the question?
I'll repeat. What strategies do you employ to stay ahead in the ever evolving domains of AI governance and cybersecurity?
I think the most important aspect of understanding how AI works and how cybersecurity should be implemented is, if you see, the simple aspect of it is understanding ISO 27001. Okay, that's an international standard for cybersecurity and or cybersecurity framework. Then a second important aspect would be when it comes to AI, ISO 42001. I think if you read these two documents, you get enough knowledge to form a proper strategy for a company who is or which is incorporating AI into their existing systems or existing softwares, or if they are developing a new software altogether, embedding AI in it. So I think if you know these basic two documents, uh, a person would be able to effectively form a strategy.
Yep. Okay. Uh, so that's just my last question. What advice would you give to young professionals entering the field of cyber law investigation side?
From the investigation side,
Yes.
okay, so there are several aspects of it. Okay, one is an individual pursuing a career in cyber law, that is different. Individual who is wanting to pursue career in cybercrime investigation, that is different. A person wanting to start their career in cyber forensics, so that is also a different field altogether. And a person who wanting to get into cyber security. So all these are different fields. But as far as cybercrime investigation is concerned, you need to understand uh, technology really well. You need to understand the forensic tools also really well, and how they work. You need to apply your mind to the facts of the case and understand what and how you can preserve the evidence properly for it to be adduced in the court of laws. So you need to understand all these things. I think that person should be driven enough about technology. Otherwise, you won't be able to justify what you're doing. That's what I feel.
Oh, beautiful. So let's go to the next round, Rajas, and understand you as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
Okay, so I belong to a middle class family. My father is a lawyer, my mother was a lawyer, and my brother was, as I told you earlier, my brother was a, a ENTC engineer. So and I completed my schooling from a Marathi medium school. So as for growing up, when you transition from Marathi medium to English medium, that was, I think, one of the challenging experiences for any individual who is making that transition. So that was, I think, initially a difficult aspect, as you might imagine. And as a person, I have evolved throughout my professional journey also, because in 2013, personal and professional journey both, because in 2013, in early ages of my professional, I lost my mother due to cancer, and last year, due to an unfortunate accident, I lost my brother also. So I think because of these life-changing experiences, they have taught me a lot. And one more important aspect taught, which they taught me, is you need to start taking your life very seriously from every aspect. When I mean seriously, not just don't my I don't say that don't enjoy life. Obviously, do whatever that makes you feel good, but you need to be serious about what you do in your life. You need to be serious about your relationships. You need to be serious about your family. You need to give them enough time. Otherwise, once uh, if a person faces all these challenges, it makes them regret that they could have spent more time with their family, like that. So I think it has evolved me as a person, uh, for sure.
Oh, beautiful. So let's go to your college, ILS Law College. What actions, memories, experience you have?
I had wonderful memories about my ILS Law College days. I had good set of friends. We always interacted. I mean, back in the days, I wasn't that serious about my career, but when you start progressing, I think then you start understanding why uh, taking career seriously is also important. So I think initially we had a lot of fun in the college days. Experienced a lot of fond memories and good memories. We had diverse uh, group. Some people were from North India. Some people were from Maharashtra itself. Some people were from South India. So that way it was a very diverse group, and I learned a lot from my friends back in the college also. So I have very good memories.
Okay. So now, who are some of your closest friends or mentors who have supported you in your journey?
So I have two best friends. Like they are like my brothers only. I know them since last 32 years or so, and they have taught me a lot about life, and they were with me throughout my journey, professional and personal. So you get to learn not only fun aspect, but you get to learn a lot about life from your friends, and that way I understand the I understood the importance of having good friends, having best friends in life who are there with you no matter what, who are giving you good uh, important advice whenever you require that. And that way I am very fortunate. So I thank God for that.
Wow, lovely. Okay. Uh, so from cyber law world, who has influenced you or you've followed them for taking inspiration?
uh, I think when I first, I told you my first and foremost inspiration was my brother, and I think second would be when I joined Data Security Council of India. There were many people who inspired me. They were working in the lab as technology experts for cybercrime investigation. They were assisting the law enforcement agencies. They're providing cyber forensics expertise also. I think I learned a lot from them. So I am thankful to all of them as well.
Wow. Okay. So just are there any hobbies or passions you indulge in to disconnect from the digital world?
Disconnect. Okay, to disconnect from digital world, I love traveling. So
Hmm.
uh, I got married back in 2016, and fortunately, my partner also loves traveling. So we keep on traveling to different countries to experience the customs, the particular food or religion, whatever that particular country follows. So I think that gives you a lot of new experiences about lives, how people conduct their lives in those environments, and as per that particular geography. So it also teaches a lot. So traveling would be uh, one thing. Then I love scuba diving also. So I have completed my certifications in scuba divings. I have completed 30 plus dives. So I think
Mhm.
uh, that is one aspect. And third would be photography. So
Mhm.
uh, I am into astrophotography. I read a
Mhm.
lot about planets, stars, uh, and the entire universe. And I try to click pictures whenever possible. So I think these are a few things that I do.
Oh, beautiful. It's remarkable. So when one coffee speaker, in Cayman Islands, tax lover, he also goes for scuba diving. So you should connect with him.
It's a wonderful experience. I tell you, it's a different world altogether when you dive, and
Just now,
it
I
it
mean,
it makes you forget about whatever you have on the land, and it changes your perspective for sure.
interesting, interesting. Okay. Uh, we shall set up a conversation with you both about each one's creative passions, interest. Lovely
Absolutely,
conversation.
absolutely.
Now at Coffee, what have started, we have got special episodes. We have done with panel discussion. Now we're starting with the fire side chat also, and this topic can be very interesting on creative pursuits or interesting hobbies, pursuits which excites.
Definitely.
And okay, so Rajesh, what's one book, movie, or show that has left a lasting impression on you?
Interstellar movie Interstellar. That is one of my favorite movies. So I think that just imagining about interstellar travel or finding new planets, it's very intriguing. I think that's a very exciting field to explore, and the movie was amazing. It's a spectacular movie, and I think everyone should watch it.
Wow. Okay, so my yeah, last question. This sorry, there's one more question also which I missed earlier. Uh, which accomplishment or recognition holds the most personal significance and why?
Okay, so as I earlier told you that I have been fortunate enough to work on many cases, and I think in 2012, 2013, I was working on a data theft matter, and there were multiple companies involved. Again, I told you that when it comes to cybercrime, there are so many jurisdictions. So that time, a Japanese company was uh, involved, and that Japanese company established a Indian company here in India, and they were stealing data from their earlier Indian vendor. So I think I was able to successfully deliver justice in that case, and the complainant it why it is so special to my heart that I worked really hard on that case, and the complainant was able to receive substantial amount of compensation. So I think one of the cases which I remember fondly.
Oh, beautiful. So my last question, which will be a googly one. Describe Rajas in one line.
Uh, a technology enthusiast, you can say.
Wow. So let's have some fun. The rapid fire round. Cybersecurity or AI governance?
I think both are essential. Both are essential. You can't just have one.
Okay. Your favorite international destination?
Favorite international destination would be Alaska.
Wow. Okay. Uh, a favorite scuba athlete?
Favorite scuba?
Athlete, sports person.
Okay, favorite scuba person. I don't know the names of scuba people, but I remember the name of my instructor. So I think he was one of when I first got my certification in Egypt. Uh,
Ooh,
yeah, his name was Navid. So I think he was one of the interesting persons and experts when it comes to scuba diving. He taught me really well.
wow, beautiful. Privacy compliant frameworks or litigation cases?
Litigation cases.
Go to comfort food.
Go to comfort food would be a protein bar.
Okay. Best piece of advice received.
From my mother, uh, stay down to earth,
Beautiful.
always.
You did very well, and here's a book which will be autographed and sent to you. So,
Thank
friends,
you.
it was a lovely conversation having with Advocate Rajas Pingle. How down to earth he transitioned himself from a Marathi school to helping. He has taught 60,000 law enforcement professionals and corporate leaders, and his inspiration came from his brother, from a mother who was inspired. So his passion for scuba diving, passion for travel, so many things he has shared, and cracking cases on AI governance, cybersecurity, helping law enforcement agencies, and dealing with so many things during his 13 years career. It was impressive. So, who are young legal professionals who wants to establish in cyber law on AI governance? This is the episode you should watch and take inspiration, learnings from Rajesh Pingle's life and what he has shared during the conversation. So, like this, there are over 350 plus coffee speakers who have inspired and shared their journey, their expertise. And if you want to be featured, you visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or our social media handles, and we would love to have coffee conversation with you. So take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I had a lovely conversation with you. Thank you.